Imagine three of rap's sharpest minds walking onto one stage and, without a single press release, flipping the whole conversation about what real hip-hop leadership looks like. That's exactly what went down. And if you love rap that still has teeth, you'll want to hear this. Before we dive in, quick favor. If you love real rap and free expression, hit that like and subscribe. This one's the kind of moment people will be replaying for years. Now back to it. While Drake's drama machine keeps turning, Kendrick Lamar quietly came back outside. Not for clout, not for noise, but to remind everyone how the game is actually played. He linked with Pusha and Malice in LA, and the result felt less like a cameo and more like an anthem for the culture. For months, a lot of people assumed Kendrick would be laying low after huge stadium runs. Rest, recover, right? Instead, he's back in L.A., showing up in smaller venues and proofing a simple but powerful idea. Real artists don't get dragged into petty cycles. They let the music speak. Picture it. The lights dim, the crowd hums like a living thing, and Kendrick steps in with a presence you can feel in your chest. That energy didn't just hype the room. It sent a message to everyone who's been trying to silence or shame him. Clipse are on tour for Let God Sort Them Out, and the timing could not have been more perfect. Pusha and Malice brought their seasoned, cut-through-the-noise energy, and Kendrick matched it. You had three of the most skilled lyricists in the room standing side by side, not to settle scores with words on Twitter or in courtrooms, but to defend artistic freedom by simply performing. It was a public, undeniable stand for free speech in hip-hop. Let's talk about the performance itself. Kendrick didn't sneak in, he commanded. His verse on chains and whips hit with a raw, white-hot intensity. Cadence sharp, delivery furious, the kind of energy that makes heads snap and phones forget they're recording. That track almost didn't come out. Remember, there were label politics and restrictions trying to keep it off the air. So when he and Pusha and Malice ripped through it live, it felt like more than just a highlight. It was an act of artistic defiance. One thing people underestimate. Transitioning from filling arenas to owning tight indoor rooms takes skill. The room breathes differently. Every pause, every syllable lands closer. Kendrick used that closeness to amplify anger and purpose. The crowd's reaction, the surge of noise, the arms, the chanting, made it clear. This wasn't a nostalgia cameo. This was the present and future of frontline hip-hop culture showing up in a place where it actually hits people in the chest. After he spit his verse, Kendrick sat back and watched like a fan. That small detail says a lot. Not every superstar would take a genuine seat to enjoy the rest of another artist's show. But Kendrick did. He called the Clipse his mother people and openly showed admiration for Malice and Push. A humble moment from a guy who could easily steal the spotlight but chose to share it. That gesture underlined his role as a steward for the culture, not just another top rapper collecting headlines. The headlines throw it as Kendrick versus Drake, but what went down in LA is bigger. It's a statement about artistic sovereignty. When powerful rappers come together and perform a track that was nearly buried by label rules, they're defending the idea that music should be able to say what it needs to say. This moment was a giant, unspoken rebuttal to anyone trying to police or sanitize the art form because a few people got hurt or offended. There's a lesson here for anyone in music. Stick to the craft. Ignore the manufactured narratives. Kendrick has been denounced as a puppet, accused of all kinds of things. Yet he keeps doing the work. He doesn't feed into the drama cycle. He makes songs, delivers unforgettable performances, and builds cultural equity that isn't swayed by online mobs. That kind of discipline is rare, and it's why his moves matter beyond Spotify numbers. This wasn't just a feel-good cameo. There's legal heat, label games, and public smearing swirling around these artists. Drake's team, label politics, and courtroom chatter have all tried to complicate this narrative. So seeing Kendrick, Push, and Malice join forces on a record that almost didn't exist? That's a direct strike against attempts to mute voices or weaponize legal pressure to stop creative expression. It's proof that the art community can push back without going to war in public. Sometimes a performance is the loudest kind of statement. If you're wondering who's steering the culture right now, moments like this answer that question. Kendrick and the Clipse aren't just surviving the moment, they're shaping it. This trio linking up reminds fans what hip-hop at its best does. It challenges, it preserves history, and it pushes culture forward. For anyone betting on manufactured controversy to win the day, that night was a reality check. What did you take from Kendrick's surprise appearance with Clipse? Do you think this changes the public narrative around free speech in rap? And another one. Where does Let God Sort Them Out land on your Album of the Year list now that Kendrick openly praised the Clipse? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear the hottest takes. Kendrick coming back outside to perform with Pusha and Malice wasn't a marketing stunt. It was a cultural move, a reminder that message, craft, and respect still carry weight. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And as always, stay active.